Hi everyone, so my name is Michelle Jones, but I usually go by Shelly. So I'm from Brigham City, Utah, which is just over the hill, and it may seem like a really boring place to grow up, but we were able to kind of make it fun. Brigham City is known, as it says on our big sign on Main Street, as the gateway to the world's largest bird refuge, which kind of sounds lame, but if you're into things like wildlife photography or preservation, it's actually a really interesting place. We have a huge population of wild birds. We also have a lot of wildlife in Brigham City itself, so as kind of a budding young photographer, it was really interesting for me. For example, we have a giant wild turkey population, so they're always just kind of running around. You might see them crossing the road sometime. They're very similar to deer. They just kind of eat people's vegetation and nest in their yards and poop everywhere. Kind of a nuisance, but no one can really do anything about them. There's too many to really relocate, and no one's really in charge of their population. So it's kind of an interesting thing about Brigham you might not know. So I haven't taught online, obviously that's why I'm taking this class, but I've had the opportunity to have 3 purely online classes and then 1 kind of hybrid class. 2 of the classes were kind of math econ stuff, which is a subject I enjoy, but not a great subject to take online, at least not in the way they were taught. A lot of it was pre-recorded lectures, not even by the person who was teaching it, who was kind of, I guess, teaching the class. They weren't the ones lecturing us, which was frustrating. There was not really any interaction between students or between teacher and student, so it didn't really feel like a class, just kind of more like a checking the box. So it wasn't great, but I did have a really great folklore class that I took online with Lynn McNeil, and she did a really great job of building the class up as a whole, and making it feel like we were all involved together and kind of learning together. And then my other class was a movie class. So we watched movies during the class, and then we had online lectures and online discussion groups in smaller groups. So it was kind of really an online class that wasn't, that we just kind of met up for sometimes. So my teaching philosophy is to really cultivate a really friendly classroom, a classroom where people can rely on each other, and see me as friendly rather than someone who's intimidating. That was something I struggled with as a student. If my teacher was kind of inaccessible in any way or too mean or unfriendly, then I wouldn't really connect with them, and I would kind of resent them as a teacher. So I've really tried to avoid that in my own teaching and really show my students that I care about them and that they should care about each other. And so far I've had a lot of success with that. One of my students this semester said that they really liked how they saw me more as a person than just a teacher. And I haven't had any problems with like discipline or unruly classrooms or anything. But I do really like this idea of me being a person to my students as well. So that was a really great thing to hear. In the classroom, or in the online classroom, I think this is something I really have to work at. Something that I really appreciated when I took Lynn's online folklore class is that she would respond to every single comment that people made, or every single discussion comment that people would make, which was really great just because you saw that she was actually reading it, you know that she cared what you read, or what she read, and she would add an insightful comment to everything. And that really helped me see her as more than just a teacher. She was also kind of a person, which is something I'm going to strive for as well. She would also run kind of live chat rooms where various students could go in together and talk to her about their projects. I think this was a chat, but it was also kind of like typing, but it was also speaking. And that was really helpful because you got to interact with the other students as well as with Lynn herself. So those are some methods that I really want to try and do, just spend as much time in the classroom and make it a priority to interact with my students and to help them see me as more than just kind of a name on a screen. And then a quirky detail is, like I said earlier, I love nature photography. That's something that's kind of fallen by the wayside as I've been doing grad school and teaching, but that's something I'm really hoping to pick up again. Thanks, I'm looking forward to being certified with everyone.